Chicos, welcome to Sevilla, where I've been trapped in my house from the 12th of March. So 4 to 6 more weeks probably I'll be here. I do work out most days, and one of my friends asked me if I could make a video, so I thought, why not? If you like this video, let me know, and I can make perhaps one to show some more variation of exercises, more advanced exercises, and another to show you how I warm up and do mobility before working out. So I won't show you that today, but before you do this exercise program, if you could get the blood circulating to warm up your muscles a little bit, and maybe a bit of mobility for your joints. Once I've warmed up, what I usually do is I will choose 5 to 10 basic compound movements, which would work the majority of my body. And either at the end of the workout, I will do a few yoga postures, or I will do it in between my rest, which can be 2 to 3 minutes in between sets. I do this 3 to 5 times a week. It's usually fairly quick. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes. And I will show you some different variations of each basic movement. And something that's for a beginner level and intermediate level. And that's it. So first movement I tend to start off with is a vertical push and a vertical pull, horizontal push and horizontal pull, and I also tend to do some type of a leg movement or a hip hinge movement. And then I guess I could add something for the abdominals at the end. So for the shoulders, I'm going to be using these actually, although you don't need them, just so that you can get an idea of the angle. And basically, with this exercise, you want to put the majority of your weight on the feet, and you want to try to engage the shoulders as much as possible, and more so than the chest. So it would look something like this. To make the movement more difficult, you can use a sofa or bed and actually put your feet up on whatever the surface is and do the same. And if you want to make it even more difficult, then you can do is find a wall. It's actually quite a good exercise to walk up the wall. And either you can do the partial or full push-up, or what you can do is a very slow negative. And that's that. Okay, so if you have a strong door, make sure that it can handle your weight. You can do either pull-ups on the door, which I'm going to show you, or for most of you, negatives, which basically means using a chair to get up and then slowly for 5 to 10 seconds coming down. So I'm using very expensive workout gloves, sponges, but you can also use towels, and it would look something like this. And basically, you can do a version that is easier, pulling up from the floor. You can also change your grips to give it more of a bicep feel. Okay. You can also do another movement, which is a vertical push or dip using the bar, which is basically like this, slowly. Same goes if you'd like to do negatives, if you're unable to do the full movement. What I do is more focused on the tris, but also on the chest. And I usually tense my stomach, my ass, and any other muscles that I'm using on all exercises, making sure that my back is straight. And for example, in this one, the closer that you stand to the wall, the easier it is. So to make it more difficult, you change the leverage. Another way that you can do that is you can find something lower, and again, changing the leverage, you can see how the exercise becomes much more difficult. Now this would be a horizontal push, and of course you can use regular push-ups, first on your knees and then normally. So for legs, I tend to get into a squat for a couple, 20-30 seconds, just to make sure that my hips are nice and warm. And then if you'd like to do something that's more basic, you can start with air squats. If you want to make air squats more difficult, what you can do is, using a wall or not, is after you've gone down to the bottom, instead of going all the way up, stop about 3/4 of the way up and continue to do them in that partial range of motion. And they're more difficult because you can't rest. Then on your way to doing a pistol squat, which is a one-legged squat, you can use a chair, and the lower it is, the more difficult it is, but in the very beginning, get one leg, and then sit down, 3 to 5 reps, up again, you switch legs. The next variation that I also do and like is something called a Cossack, and that's basically where you're actually doing this. And I don't do much abs, however, I do like isometric movements, which is either a yoga bridge or what you call an L-sit. To make this easier, you can start off, I'll actually do it this way, you can start off by putting your knees like this, and then straight to make it more difficult. And essentially that's my quick and easy, effective workout. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or would like to see more videos like this, comment in the post and stay in touch. Hope all is well with you, your family, and that everybody stays sane, and hopefully in the next month or so, or two, we go back to somewhat normal, social, free lives. Best judge.